right, I'm going to turn this down. What I'm going to do is first off, I'm just going to put glue on this. And I'll tell you a little bit about it before I do that. And then I'm going to go and turn the icicle and the finial. And
Okay.
hopefully I'm going to have a cross on the top. So, but with these, I spray foam in there. Okay. And I knock the foam down while it's wet so it don't expand too much and crack them. So you can use real the stuff that expands a lot if you want. And that's what I do with them. And also, like this one, I just take glue and I'll put on the inside, and that'll make it. And I've dropped them and they don't break. So
What
that,
what kind of glue, Dan?
just regular glue. Uh, Mod Pod works good, and I bought this super glue, whatever, from the dollar store, and that works great. So, but the glue I put on the outside is the metal leaf adhesive. Okay, you can get real expensive stuff or whatever, and if you want, you can get this metal leaf sealer, which I don't use. I don't see where it did anything really. So what I'm going to do real quick is paint this, and then I'll go over and turn while this is drying. And let me, oh, here it is. This down.
Perfect.
And this is how I glue them. I just squirt it on there, let it kind of run a little, and just paint it on, swirl it around. And when I get all done with this, I got some gilding right there I'll put on it. As you can see, it don't take long to put on there. You put it kind of even as you can, and I just swirl it to make sure I get all the crevices and everything. And the one thing you want to do when you do this is, if you stop, make sure you go wash your brush right away, because this stuff turns rubbery and it's hard to get out of your brush if you let it dry at all. So when I get done with this, I'm going to run over and wash it real quick. Just water works good, soap and water, and it takes me a second. And you're supposed to let this sit for about an hour before you put your gold leaf on it. All right, I'll be back, and I'll have Dane find me over at the other camera. So I'll mute myself on this one and go to that one.
Okay, which camera is it going to be, Dan?
One by the lathe. It should.
What's your name for it? Well, we can hunt and peck. We'll find
I
it.
think it's Dan Smith.
Okay. I got you. It's Daniel. So I got you over by the lathe, Dan, and it's muted.
He's washing his brush.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, but we got the echo from the other device.
All right, sorry about that.
That'll work. So, question, Dan, how long does the sizing need to set for this for the type of sizing that you're using?
It says about an hour.
Okay.
Okay, we see the lathe piece.
Yes.
Is it big enough or need to go closer?
No, you're fine there. It looks good.
Okay, I've turned it round. Let me turn that other speaker down. How's that? We're back.
Much better. Thank you.
Okay. Now I turned it around because I figured everybody pretty much knows how to turn stuff around. And I put a little tenon on both ends. Now what I'm going to do is I measured out an inch and a half because I want to put a cross up here. And this is a finial part and this is a icicle part. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to throw my shield on. All right, I put my tailstock up here only to hold that so when it gets thinner, it don't break off. Can you hear me with the helmet on?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you. Perfect.
Okay.
What tool are you using there? Hey, Dan, in case you're talking right now, we can't hear you. But if you're
Yeah,
not talking, it's okay.
yeah, I wasn't talking yet. I just
Okay, I just wanted to confirm.
okay. This is my homemade spindle or skew, I should say. We're getting into the tight areas.
Yep, that'll work.
I like the round edge on these. I think they just look better. when it's frost and cleaning up the little trouble that is down here. Some sharks. Thought I'd try a little feed at the very bottom. And if not, I'll just take it off. See if it works or not. I don't like. Now what you got to do is take your inner diameter here, but I go with the outside myself because I want it just a hair bigger, and that's 3/4 of an inch, just a hair under. So I leave myself a lot of room here. No, not yet. We got another 3/16.
Measure, measure, measure.
Yep, that's what this is. Another 8.
Hey, Dan, you moved the light in the way. We can't see what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
Yep, thanks.
Another 16th to go. Great, perfect right there. Just clean it up a little bit and sand it and make the cross.
Doing a good job there, Dan.
Thank you. I'll do a little sanding real quick. Shouldn't take much.
Middle East, I only really saw Middle East ally into submission on and stopping the war from the beginning of that conflict, begun by Hamas.
Get that hot mic, please.
To stop the fighting.
Well, I'm just about done with this boring sanding.
No, that's all good.
There though.
Oh, Dan, you got a boo-boo.
What?
The other hand.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Band-Aid brigade.
Alice already quit. I just fill it full of sawdust and let it go.
Yep, I would have had enough to dye that piece red. Hey Dan, what camera system are you using?
This camera, this is
Yeah.
my,
Oh, it's
uh,
your iPad? Okay.
no iPhone, not the pad.
iPhone. Yep.
And
So easy to use. Yeah. A cellular device.
how's it work?
Mm.
I think it was. Grabbed the wrong one. That's all
Mm.
right. A little decoration. Now, before I forget it, I'm gonna put the hole in for my eye.
What kind of drill you got there?
This is my pen brace, and I think I I forget the size of the drill. It's tiny. It's easier to do that on the lathe. All right.
Are you going to use toothpick construction?
Yeah, that's what. Well, it's kind of like a toothpick. It's bamboo. Let me get something real quick, and we'll finish that cross up. Get this done.
I thought you were getting ready to clean up some shavings there, but thought maybe you'd save that to the end of the demo.
You know me, I don't like a mess.
Yes, I know. So what are you doing now?
It's making this into a cross and lightly cutting that off. Can't push too hard. Your grain is, you cut with the grain here, otherwise it just don't come out right. And I hold my fingers behind it to keep it from breaking. All right. Now I'll be right back. I gotta grab something and we'll finish that up. Now I use the Dremel to sand that. Well, one cross done.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah, one thing I do before anything else. I always put some boiled linseed oil on it. That way it helps the whatever else I do to it so it don't soak in as bad. And if I didn't mention that this wood is red oak. And I'll take one more measurement to make sure it's going to work. Yep. Measure this again, make sure I didn't goof it up. Yep, that looks good. Now I'm going to part it off.
And I left this one just a hair big. So you can see how I negotiate that is what I do is, and I'll grab it real quick, take my drill and open that up.
You want to tell us about the grinding stone?
Yeah, I got that on Amazon, and it's just a 90-degree uh, ball grinding stone. That's all it is.
45?
Yep, 45 makes the 90.
Yep, 90 inclusive.
Yep, and I think that's a nice fit.
Yeah, it looks good.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So cross looks good, so that's good to go. All right. There is one thing I forgot to do on that other piece, but I'll do it on this one. And that's to drill my center hole.
Just do it in reverse.
Huh?
Just doing it in reverse.
Yep. I'm good. Now I made that drill chuck out of a drill that broke. Batteries died and it would cost too much for it. So I took the chuck off and made a little handle for it. It works perfect. I think it wasn't as good as it. That's all right. Just forget that part, I guess. Stuff.
I'm just gonna get rid of a lot of this wood quick.
Are you using a Badan there, Dan? Dan,
Yeah,
is that a Badan?
what's that?
Are you using a Badan?
Yeah,
Thank you.
another homemade tool. We're trying to put an onion in here.
What's your little tool you using there?
This is just a file that I ground down. And I put different angles on it so I could get different cuts. And then it's just
Okay.
back to the wrong paper. Well, I think that looks all right so far.
Getting after it there.
Gotta give myself a line not to go past.
I like how you get rid of your sandpaper there, Dan. You just toss it.
Yep. It's the way to do it.
What we don't see is he's got a garbage can right behind
I know it.
him. Nothing's hitting that floor on purpose.
No, I got a tile floor, and if I don't take a broom and sweep it down, it gets so slippery you can't stand on it. There we go. Thought it was running a little fast. Well, with this being my first demo, I'm a little nervous, so.
Oh, well, we can't tell, you haven't blown anything up yet.
Yeah, but I got
Not
some.
not that that's a precursor, your hands aren't shaking. You're doing all right. I'm trying not to jinx you.
Yeah, if I see something I don't like the way it's looking, I just change it. It's like that. I didn't like that bell coming down. And get my little stick to get up in there. Get a chip out of that. Yeah, that's all right. See, that's why I leave the end piece in so it don't wobble.
Right?
And just notice that there's a chip right here, flat spot, so I got to get rid of it. So I might make it into a point or see if I can just make it smaller. Still there. Well, that's good enough. As they say, you can't see it from my house.
Right?
There. Now do a measurement, which it should be a bit big. What I do, there it is. Yep. About 1 inch. And I've got to take off 1/8. Well, I guess I didn't take the diameter down at all. I think that's just luck.
Did you get it close?
Yeah, it's right on the money.
There you go.
Okay, or take this end off.
A little bit more below,
Yep.
not to be confused with the white stuff from Columbia.
I don't know. That might be good too.
Or should I say from Detroit?
Watch it now.
Knew I'd get a rise out of you, Jeff.
He's got backup too.
Hey, I've got my fair share down here in Tucson. We got the good stuff though. It's got fentanyl in
We have our share of that too.
it.
I stay away from that.
Yeah, me too. I'm a party pooper. Give me my beer and bourbon. I'm good. My scotch.
I'm with you all the way.
That's me. I
Yeah,
like
we'll get along really well up at Level Up, Jeff.
I think so. I'll bring some bourbon.
Outstanding. Victor.
And there it is. Let's see how it looks on here. Think it
Hey, look at that. Don't even have to grind it.
Nope. That one I cut exact. I wanted to show people what I do if I mess up and make it too big or too
Right?
small. You just lightly hit it and you can get it to fit. So I don't know what I did with the cross, but I'll go over to the other one now and put that gilding on. So
Okay.
I'll see you over there.
All right. Sounds good, Dan. Now you're going to grab the urchin that you painted with the sizing earlier before the turning to put the gilding on. Don't forget to unmute yourself.
Okay. I gotta mute the other one and unmute this one.
Okay. Looking out for you.
Yep.
I've done this MC thing a time or two.
Where is it?
Yep, you got it.
All right.
You got to turn the volume down on your other one though.
Yeah, I gotta turn the volume down.
Carl, wake up. And then rotate your,
How's that? Is that okay?
yeah, rotate it down a little bit. There we go.
All right. Hopefully I didn't let that sit too long, but I'll show you how I do this. Is I take a little stick, shove it through it, and then I'll just stick it on there and lightly roll it. Then I just take this brush and just tap it lightly. I'm trying not to rip it.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's trying and not doing is another thing.
I'll get this other brush, it's better. It's not so stiff. That got a little tear there.
Oh, you'll have plenty of loose pieces that'll cover that up.
Oh yeah. You always get them.
I was doing gilding this afternoon.
Yeah, I kind of like it actually. It really makes that look nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, might as well tamp that down.
Hold your hand down a little bit, getting out of the camera. There
Sorry.
you go. Bring your head closer to it if you need to see it.
Yep. You didn't want to see my haircut, did you?
No, no, we're
I
good.
didn't get one. Yeah, I was down in Ohio. I took my buddy down there.
Everything go all right with him?
Yeah, he's got to go back tomorrow, and they got to take some something out of him, like stents. And I guess he can start driving, but he wants me to take him back down there to get them stents out, which I don't mind. Almost got killed yesterday. That was exciting. A semi driver didn't check his oil and his bearings on his trailer.
Hmm.
And it took the
Imagine that.
spindle right off it. That thing flew
Wow.
up right in front of me. Scared the hell out of me.
I bet. Where at in Ohio did you have to go?
Toledo,
Toledo?
to the university there.
Yeah. The Rockets.
Yep. So I got to get another piece of gilding to finish that up. See if I got a pair of scissors here. I still in the camera?
Yep, you're doing good. All right, I'm going to go inside and take care of my cats that need to be medicated. I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, Dan,
Yeah.
what kind of gilding are you using?
I just bought this on Amazon, and I bought a few different golds because the first one I bought I didn't like. It looked really fake,
Okay.
and this stuff is thinner. It's a little harder to work with, but I think it's got a better color.
So where you overlapped it, does it stick to itself?
No, I when this sits overnight, then I'll go back and with this brush and I'll just lightly brush it like that. And that'll show me any spots that need to be taken care of, fixed. And then I just put some glue over it. And it don't matter if you go outside like that little spot there, if you make it bigger, because the glue, you can see right through it. You can't tell the glue's there.
Okay, your eyes clear.
Yep. And I don't worry about saving this stuff. A lot of people, oh, save it, save it. You can use it for something else. Well, I got enough of this stuff. I ain't got to worry about it. It's easier to vacuum it up and save the big mess.
Yeah, I bet.
Looks like fun.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's kind of cool.
I don't understand. The more you put on, the more detail that it creates. I don't understand how you do that.
Well, this stuff's so thin is when I take this brush and push in on it, it takes the air bubbles out and presses it down against it. And you can see all the little markings underneath it.
Right. That's wow. You know, wow. Hey, thanks a lot tonight. Really, thanks a lot.
Yep.
And like Dan said, an important part of gold leafing is the brushing he's doing right now. It brushes all the excess off,
Yep.
and that's the flakes you see on the table.
Yep. You can see it
So-
right underneath.
Yep. So the stuff that is stuck to the glue stays stuck, and the stuff that isn't brushes off. It's very, very thin.
I normally wear a mask when I do this because just breathing, this stuff will go all over. And I go in circular motions and everything just to get it to go off. And I normally let it set overnight. Now this one, finial will not fit this one. But I knew that before I did it. But it will fit this one. And I use bamboo to put these together. Let me clean that hole out. I'll be right back. All right. Now what I do when I do these is I take a piece of that bamboo and I stuff it down in there,
Raise your camera up.
and I
Dan.
just got to put my hand down. There we go. Sit down in the chair.
There you go. Have a seat.
And then I,
So is that 1/8-inch bamboo?
yeah.
Okay.
And you can get it at the dollar store for $1.25 now. But and then I bought these little side cutters over at dollar store. And just don't let that point at you or anybody else, because it'll take off. Ugh, come on. And then I put the cross on top, but I'd have to drill it because I forgot to do that when I started.
That is.
Otherwise, I'd glue it up. But I can go drill it out. You just don't mind waiting.
You drill that now on with a hand drill now then, would you?
No, I use my drill press.
Ah,
I made a little block and I set this
okay.
down into the hole, and this sticks up,
Okay.
and then I just drill down into it.
Okay.
It'll only take a minute.
Yeah, I'd like to see it glued up.
Let's put that.
Wish my garage was as organized as Dan's.
Yeah, he's got a nice shop.
Yeah, he does.
How big's your garage?
Huh?
How big is your new garage?
My garage?
Yeah.
Mine's 30 by 30.
No, that's cool.
Big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to keep an area of it open to put my car in if I have to, but
Mhm.
right now I can't put it in there.
I need to talk Dan into coming and visiting for a few days and help me clean mine.
Organize it, yeah.
Yeah, you and me both, Gary.
Garages aren't made for cars.
uh,
I think this summer I'm going to make me a carport. Told my daughter that the other day. She said, "Well, then you wouldn't have to put your car in the garage, and you can get more tools." I'm like, I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Sure.
I've gotten in such a habit now since I don't work that I usually don't put the car in the garage.
See?
Dan, do you have a camera over there at your drill press?
Probably not. He's using his iPhone, isn't he?
You're using two of them. or three of them. He's got three cameras set up.
Yeah, he has three cameras, but I don't think I've ever seen the drill press area.
I don't see him in any of the pictures either at the moment.
But if he's gonna gild that urchin shell, he doesn't need to glue it up yet.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna gild that one.
But boy, that one that he gilded, that's crazy great looking.
That's bright now, isn't it?
Yep.
That's cool.
That didn't take too long.
Yep. Hey, Dan,
Yeah,
is it possible you can show us your jig or whatever that you got on your drill press to drill that out at?
sure.
Okay.
Let me see.
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
And
Wow.
you just kind of match
Wow.
your grain up if you can. It's not like anybody will notice, but there we go.
That is
Looks,
beautiful.
looks real good.
What kind of wood did you
Nice.
say that was?
Red oak.
Man, that's pretty. I love that.
Actually, I went to Menards and they had the styles for the stairwells to go up,
Yeah.
and they had them marked down to $2 a piece. And I said, I can't buy that anywhere for $2 a piece.
No.
So I bought 8 of them. That's all they had.
Oh my goodness.
And they were inch and a half square.
Fantastic.
Huh?
I said, that's fantastic. Great
Yeah,
box.
and they were 40 inches long. Yeah, I couldn't beat it. But yeah, I think they turn out quite nice. Even though this one wouldn't fit in the gold one, but you know.
That's beautiful, Dan.
Thank you. I'd glue it together, but I'm going to paint the cross a white,
Oh, really?
chameleon white, or whatever it is.
Just to make it stand out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Is that like an iridescent paint or what?
Yeah, it's a
Color
color
change.
Okay.
color, so it'll sparkle a little bit. And I take it when I'm done. Little thing I learned is that I take it, and when I clean the brush out with water, but I don't use water, I use alcohol, and I'll just put a little alcohol in it, and I'll swish it around, and all the sparkles come out. And then you take that and lightly go over it, and it brings out more of the sparkles.
Wow, that's cool.
Really makes it shine. So, and I'll show you that jig.
Yes.
Great demo, Dan.
Yeah.
I made this, and the finial will slide in. It's one of them. And you set that on your drill press, mark the center, and just drill down in it.
There you go.
Good idea.
But it's easier to do on the lathe, I'll tell you. But I forgot to do it on that on the top.
Hey,
The
it's
bottom
always
I
nice
did.
to have a backup plan.
Yep.
Yep.
It's perfectly straight. So
Oh.
Dan, I'm amazed that you were able to cut that finial out of oak.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I sharpened my tools really well.
They had to have been.
Woo.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Red oak doesn't always like to cooperate when you go
All right.
thin.
All right,
Yep.
Dan, let me see what you got there because
Good
I
demo,
missed it
buddy.
while I was inside.
Okay.
Good demo.
Cool.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I want to see the gilded one.
Okay, the gilded one I can't put on there because the hole's too big.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was gonna be. That's why I
Right,
got
right.
but the
Okay.
gilding was great.
Yeah, great job on that.
But I'll
Hey, Dan, what finish do you put on the gilding if you put any on?
I put spray lacquer over it.
Okay, there you go. Thanks.
Nice.
So because if you use the silver, it'll tarnish after a while. And that just gives it a coating of protection, you know.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I got a few of them for next year made up. And I sold a ton of them, but we got some left over. Like that one.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, wow.
Dan,
Yeah.
if you don't mind me
Yeah.
asking, how much do you charge for your finials?
This one's $90.
$90. Okay.
And it's got the cross with the color shift paint. And it's got this little captive ring.
Oh,
Beautiful.
cool.
It's
You
even
didn't
more
even
neat.
get paint on your captive ring. That's pretty good, Dan.
Well, I mean, he doesn't even get wood chips on his floor, so why would we expect to get paint on the ring? I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
Let's see another one, Dan.
He didn't get any wood chips in his shoes either, Dane.
Right?
Or on
Yeah,
them, I don't
know.
think.
Oh,
Here's
look at that.
gilded.
Yeah.
All right. So how
Here's
much
the
is
gilded
that,
one.
Dan?
This one's 80.
Okay. No captive ring. I got it.
And
But,
no cross.
Do they,
The smaller ones like this one's 50.
Goodness.
wow. Now that,
And
beautiful.
I sold a lot more of these than any of them.
Did,
This one,
did you paint that purple or what?
that is actually ink dye.
Okay.
I painted it white and then I put the ink dye on it
Came out great.
and it turned out like that.
Wow. Very nice.
But
Nice.
I'll show you something that you got to watch out for. Here's another one I put gilding on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I got a silver one here.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah. Wow.
hurts my eye.
That one has a captive ring too. And that one's 70.
Dang.
Wow.
And I made 4 of them just like this, and I got one left. But let me get one of these urchins, and I'll show you something you got to watch out for.
Mm-mm.
Okay, if you look at this one, you'll see the slope coming down on this side of it.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot match that up with finial and the bottom. It will not match up no matter what you do. And let me see if I got that finial sitting here. I'll try and set it on there and show you how horrible it looks. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Really accentuate. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do with those kind then?
Huh?
What do you do with those kind?
What do I do with it? I make it up and give it away. Somebody can enjoy it.
I got to tell you, Dan, that red oak really works for that. That looks really nice.
Yeah, I couldn't beat the price on it, and I said, "Well, might as well give it a shot."
David
Right.
missed that part.
Yeah.
And I got some hemlock. I don't know. I might try that on it.
I was able to hear it. I just wasn't able to comment because I was inside.
Oh,
So can I get you to do me a favor? Can you take me back over to the drill press with that jig so I can see it?
yep. I got the jig right here.
Oh, okay.
And if you make one, make sure you chamfer the edge, otherwise it'll mark your
Okay.
finial.
And so you use that. How do you use that?
Okay, I take the finial.
Oh, okay, got it,
Which
got it. You
one
drop
fits,
the
and
finial
I
in.
drop it down in. And
Okay,
then I
there
hold
you
both
go.
sides.
Right on.
Really,
Okay, yep.
sides like
Smart.
that.
Huh.
I think you've shown that to me before, but okay, right on.
Yep. And this works great, but it's a lot easier to do it if you don't forget on the lathe. And they're perfectly straight. Which I messed up on this one.
Oh, you're fine.
But the one, in case you didn't see the one I just gilded, this is the one I just put gilding on.
Right.
I let it set 24 hours and then I'll fill in any spots that are messed up. And there's a couple little spots, but you know, most people never even notice them. It's hard for me to see them sometimes.
Well, it catches so much light. It's really hard to catch any imperfections in it. Yeah, I really like the gilding. Like I was saying earlier, I was working on some of my light bulbs, getting part of them gilded up for the threads. So yeah, gilding
Yep.
so works.
Hmm.
Definitely. Well, I got to say, Dan,
great demo, Dan.
awesome demo.